kind of point guarding it. And to him, it's like he's got to get back to playing basketball on grass. I want you moving, setting stuff up, being quick. How important is mobility to his game? Because I've never thought of him as a great pocket passer.
Well, I think he's always thrown a beautiful ball, but I think his game, was so built on movement, and there's such a balance. And I think it's to me, again, I'm not a coach, but I think that would be very hard to teach, the balance between staying in the pocket and executing the offense versus getting out of the pocket. And don't forget, he's 5'10", so only he could tell you what he sees and what he doesn't see. I can sit with a clicker in my office all day and say, hey, I think that ball should have been thrown, but maybe he doesn't see it clearly. And if he doesn't see it clearly, then, hey, he's going to take off because there's only a very limited amount of time. Everything's happening pretty fast. Again, Sean Payton obviously had one of the best pocket quarterbacks we've ever seen, and a true kind of anomaly in Drew Brees at 6 feet. Brees was not a bad athlete by any means, but he was a pocket quarterback who executed at a high level. I'm sure he'd like Wilson to at least move in that direction, but at the same time, I don't think you say to Russell Wilson, I don't want you to move. So it's almost as if Wilson has to figure out that balance himself, given where he is athletically and physically in his career.
So I think one of the more intriguing players, and if you take the splits last year of his first, 7-8 starts and then the other ones, he did appear to get better as the O-line sort of came together in Chicago. It's young, but it kind of came together. Now it's all beat up. Now it's all beat up, unfortunately. But my guess is same system. Young O-line comes back, added dimension at tight end receiver. My guess is Justin Fields is going to work. He's going to have, more yards after the catch because they have more special weapons. What have you seen in the preseason? Where are you right now on Justin?
Yeah. Well, I actually watched a ton of his tape about a month ago from last year because I wanted to see his development last year all at one time, which I can't really do during a season. And I actually thought there was clear incremental growth as the season progressed in terms of being able to see things and then make throws. Again, it's a similar situation to Russell Wilson. You're just dealing with a bigger, firmer athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably 6'3", 230 pounds. So he has to find that balance between delivering the ball from the pocket within the structure of the offense when it's there versus taking off. And I thought there were flashes down the stretch last year where he clearly showed improvement in working from the pocket, doing some progression reading. And I would expect that to continue. I agree with you on him. I would expect that to continue.
So listen, I thought Daniel Jones was a bit of a reach at 6. I'm not a huge fan. Right. But if I said to you, is he a bigger, stronger Alex Smith? Straight line speed, not going to lose games, knows what he is, knows what he's not. And then I look at him and I think, well, I liked Alex Smith. So why don't I like Daniel Jones? Because I think he's a bigger, stronger athlete. Is that a fair comp? What's the preseason shown you with Daniel Jones?
I think he's a better thrower than Alex Smith. I think he's got a better arm, and I think he's a better thrower. I'm fascinated to see this offense because I think that with a year with Brian Daboll, you're going to see with more weapons an expansion of the intermediate and vertical passing game. I think the addition of Waller gives them so much more from a formation standpoint because Waller stylistically, again, I don't want people to think I'm making an exact comparison, but stylistically, he's like Travis Kelce in the sense that you can line him up anywhere in the formation. You can split him out. He can be the single receiver to the boundary, the short side of the field, which actually helps a quarterback pre-snap and poses significant issues for a defense. So I would expect to see an expansion of the pass game concepts, and we'll find out, I think, sooner than later where Daniel Jones stands. But I think he's a bigger, stronger athlete than Smith and a better thrower of the football.
Okay, well, that's significant. You know what, J-Mac? I think I'm going to tweak the Giants, get them in the playoffs. I'm on the fence.
So who are you taking out then?
All right, let me think. I'm not taking the Eagles out. Eagles, Lions will win their divisions. I'm not taking the Niners, Seahawks. I would probably take out the Panthers. Let me look at this.
The Panthers. That's what I thought you would do. Yeah, because they're a bit of an unknown right now.
Okay, right now, Giants in, Panthers out. Why are you rolling your eyes? I am willing to evolve as a sportscaster. That's a good quality to have. Okay, so when he tells me that, I got into this. I'm like, I liked Alex Smith. Why do I hate Daniel Jones? And I know you're telling me he's bigger with a better arm. I'm like, and he's got a great coach. All right, Giants in the playoffs. All right, finally. We talk a lot about Caleb Williams. But the quarterback that's not quite as consistent, so I watched him, Drake May. All the traits, big, strong moves, all that stuff. Doesn't feel to me when I watch him quite polished yet. Like he needs another year. I feel like Caleb Williams could come out now and be a nice NFL quarterback. There's something when I watch Drake May, I'm like, there's a lot there. A lot to like, but it doesn't quite feel sandpapered or refined yet. So you're the expert. You do this every year. What do you see with that kid?
Well, generally I would agree with you, but he is such an easy, natural thrower with minimal effort. I mean, knee bend, hips, core torque, the ball comes out so easily. I mean, he's an explosive arm talent, and he moves extremely well.
Yes.
There's a lot of positives to his game. But you've kind of nailed it, Colin, and you study quarterbacks as well. I mean, there were times he drifted in the pocket to his left when there was no pressure and no reason to move. When you do that, you create your own pressure. And that's always an issue for quarterbacks. You have to stay on the midline when you drop back. Too many throws in which he was not as balanced as he needed to be, and then you fall away from throws, and that presents ball placement issues. But these are things that can be corrected. The question is, will they be corrected? Neither you nor I assume, know Drake May, so we can't speak to how he handles all this. But there's such talent there. I mean, very few guys deliver a ball like Drake May just with the ease. He's a prettier thrower, and again, we're not saying better, worse as a player, but he's a prettier thrower than Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and he's got size and he moves well. So I watched just snippets. You watch film, so you're going to be more accurate than me. What a great show today. So we came to this term. You like Kenny Pickett and think he has a chance to be very good. That matters.
I do.
We both think Sam Howell has a lot of things that we like. We don't know how it plays out, but we both like him. You have sold me on Daniel Jones as a better Alex Smith, and I liked Alex, and I don't like Daniel, so my takeaway is where is my bias getting in the way of this? Because I always thought Alex was a nice quarterback, and we both like Drake May. He just got to clean some stuff up. Good play.
That's the Cliff Notes version of our conversation today, yes.
That was good. I got a lot of stuff. My head is full. Well, I got a cold, so it's full of a lot of things, but I'm full of Greg Cosell stuff. Great seeing you as always, Greg.
Thanks, Colin. Appreciate it.
More Colin and the Herd when we come back.